Warm wishes from myself and Dr. Minal and from my team back in Hyderabad, EPON Pain Management Center. So we are here to talk on decision defines destiny, but it's not always your decision that defines your destiny. For example, 35 years back, when my parents decided they should have planned a baby and I was born, that was my destiny, but that decision was taken by my parents. I expected a bout of love and I realized that my thing has come out to be bad. So I would like to make a disclaimer that whatever I speak here today is because what I have experienced is because I believe. It is not influenced by anyone. You may agree with me, you may disagree with me, I may be understood, I may be misunderstood, but this belongs to me and I own it. So starting from my destiny, it started in when I moved from my hometown Ranchi to Pune, where I joined a medical school, and that was way back in 2005. So my first struggle was to tell people, where does Ranchi exist? Ever since the Indian map was made, Ranchi was already there in the map, but people never knew where it exists. So I had to tell them it's the capital of Jharkhand. So now again, the next question is, where is the hell Jharkhand is? And then it used to be really difficult for me. Until then, Mr. MS Dhoni, he decided to excel the field of cricket. And for us Ranchiites, it's become very easy to explain where Ranchi is. And so now it's easy for us. Ranchi, if they give you an expression as if they don't know Ranchi, Dhoni's place. And then yes, they have the answer. Here again, I failed to make you all laugh. I expected a bout of laugh here again too. Going ahead. So this struggle was the hardest struggle I ever faced. After this, I never faced any struggles. It was only challenges in my life and daily hassles. So while I was growing up with my two brothers, one the elder one the younger one, I faced gender inequality. Gender equality, but the other way around. Because at my home, the preferences were given to me, and my brothers has to face the injustice. Injustice, by what I mean, is not in a severe term, but in small things. Where, for example, if we wanted to order food, the preferences were mine. If we wanted to go out, the place preference was mine. So I never realized that when I step out into the real world few years later, the things would change around towards against me. It was 15-20 years later when I moved to pursue my career in medical field, and then I realized the things are not same as I was raised with. Things like gender inequality. Ever since then, I have always tried, I have always overcome my inferiority complex that it does not exist, but yes, it does exist. Though I was 6 years of my medical school was easy and I was confident, I was going ahead in a very good way. I worked really hard to get the degree of doctor in front of my name. But when I came back to my hometown and when I was back into my society, the only thing that mattered was the color of my skin. The color of my skin was 2 shades darker than the general norms of what the beauty is. So no one saw what the hard work I have put to get that doctor in front of my name. What they saw was the color of my skin. That was the time when I realized I was bullied, I was insulted, I was compared. But after a few months, I realized that has increased my self-confidence rather than bringing me down. So my self-confidence was doubled. And that's when I realized that it was my upbringing, it was my parents' decision to bring me in a way which has inculcated a lot of self-confidence in me. Since then, there has been no looking back. Like I said, the struggles in my life is little less. I was bestowed with lot of faith by Almighty. I was given all the basic needs. I was given all the things I wanted in life. So I had struggles, I had hassles, I had challenges, but the struggles were little less. But in every day-to-day life as you move, the decisions that you make will choose for your destiny. So while I completed my post-graduation in anesthesia, and I was pretty not very much happy with what I was doing, I wanted to do something different in life. And then I came across this subject of pain medicine, which is a new emerging branch, it's a subspecialty. And it was emerging at that time, some 7 to 8 years back, and I wanted to go into it. And though my parents believed in me, they never believed in the thing I was going to do. Somehow I stood for myself, somehow I stood against all the odds, and then I went to pursue this career. I went to Hyderabad, I pursued my career in pain medicine. And then I got an opportunity to part with my senior colleagues, with my boss, and we started this, my own center, EPON Pain Management Center. While I was working there, then the real life started. Each day was a day of decision making. From the morning when you get up, what are the things we are going to do, what are the things we are not going to do, how we are going to talk to the patient, how we are going to give relief to the patient. It was a day-to-day hassle. But one thing I realized, and one thing which I follow, whatever decision you make in life, whether right, whether wrong, own your own decision. What I believe is, I take a decision here that is according to what my inner feeling says, what my gut feeling says. I am never influenced by what my spouse is saying, what my parents are saying, what my kith and kins are saying. What my inner self tells me at that particular point of time, I take my decision. I go wrong, I own it. I cry, I try to correct it, I own it in a way that I come out stronger, and then I go in a right path and take a right decision. If my decisions comes out to be right, it gives me a lot of more confidence to take better decisions in life. So decision making is not an art, it's a basic daily necessity. But the point what I would insist is, own your own decision. Do not get influenced by anyone. Anyone who can influence a decision, and if it doesn't go good, you will always regret for it. So while my career in medicine was going good, things like administration work, things like expansion of my work was falling into place, and from doctor, my journey from doctor to entrepreneur have started. During this time, the other thing what I realized, to sustain, to survive in this field, what was important was my decision of learning. I learned the art of digital marketing because this is the era of digital marketing, and you, as a doctor and as any brand you want to put forward, you cannot survive without digital marketing. I could not understand the tutorials what they used to say, but I used to put my brain, I used to put my inputs to understand what is this concept of digital marketing. At the end of the day, when I used to wind up my clinic and come back home by 10:30, I used to go to this tutorial for learning digital marketing. Because once I don't learn it, what my digital team is doing, I will never understand that concept. During this time, because I hail from Ranchi and I settled in Hyderabad, I had to learn the Telugu language. It took me 7 years, and still I am learning to learn this language, but it's a constant process of learning. If you think you have excelled a subject, my dear friend, you're wrong. You have to learn. Continuously learning is a continuous process towards your success. The third thing which I learned during this journey of mine is, hard work has no replacement. Your hard work will count for you. It will only give you success. It will only give you more courage, more stamina to go forward in life. You can replace. I feel I'm a slow learner. I feel that I don't have any God-gifted talent, and to master a skill I take a little longer time. But I do that better than my colleagues because I know I work hard. My day starts at 5:30 in the morning, and the day starts with going directly to the clinic, walking there, listening to whatever is happening, whatever the troubleshooting, clear everything, look to my patients, and then come back home, and then the process of learning. So hard work has no alternative, my dear friends. Again, my journey as a doctor and an entrepreneur is not a long one. It's been just 5 to 7 years that I have been into this, but I have a lot of experience. The most important thing which I, as a doctor, as an entrepreneur, and as a mother, as a homemaker, understood is there is nothing called as work-life balance. There is nothing called as work-life balance, my dear friends. It is only your priorities. You can only work or you can only balance your life. This is a myth. This is an absolute no. Don't try to do that. Always set your priorities. Priority setting is not according to individual. Priorities are always set according to situation. For example, it's your spouse's birthday. You have promised her a dinner, a candlelight dinner. You get a call from your friend that he met with an accident. What would you do? Obviously, you will rush to the hospital to see your friend. Your priority was your wife's birthday, but you went there because the priority now has changed according to the situation. So priorities are always according to circumstances and not according to the people. So this is what I have learned during my journey, that work-life balance is a myth. Please do not waste your energy in balancing this. Choose your priority. You want to work, 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 work. You want to have a life, go there and make arrangements to have a better life. And finally, as a woman, what I have learned, the most important thing is financial independence. Please, all of you who works, who don't work, who are at home, supporting their spouses out there, please be financial independent. The independence of taking that decision that I want to spend 1 rupee or 100 rupee or a lakh in something which I want gives you the maximum happiness. 5 years back, when I actually started earning, there was a good amount of balance in my account and I used to take my own decision, but definitely there were other things which I used to manage. 3 years back when I bought my first house, that was not influenced by anyone, that was my own decision. And the first check which I gave to the broker was from my own decision, from my own check, from my own checkbook which I have given. The happiness of buying a house was less. The happiness of buying the house with my own check which I was giving was of far importance. When I was in medical school, my college fees annually used to be somewhere around 2.5 lakhs, and my brother was pursuing his career, my other brother was pursuing his career, so there was a lot of financial burden to my father. So every year at the time of making the fee, I used to see my mother getting around my fees and giving it to my father. And from where did she get that? She is a homemaker. But every time she used to get money from my father, she used to make arrangements to use it in a way that she uses for her own beneficial. And that's how she used those money for my education, for my brother's education. So girls, I insist on girls, because most of the time we don't take that financial involvement in our hands, but financial independence is very, very, very important. And finally, the last thing what I have learned is you are your own master. You go out for training, you learn with people, you have your gurus, but at the end of the day, you are your own master. What you learn today is a motivation for you yourself to do better next day. So when I want to do tomorrow, when I see what I want to do tomorrow, I see my past, what have I done, and then that becomes my baseline, and then I want to achieve something better than yesterday for tomorrow. So these are my experience over my journey of 5 to 7 years into this field, where I have learned these things cannot be replaced. Hard work, learning, financial independence, work-life balance, you are your own master are the things which I have learned and I want to share with you people. Why you people should listen to me is because few years back I was just one of you sitting here. Like I said, I don't have any talented skills. I belong from a very mediocre group of people who I consider myself, I am a slow learner, and I don't, when I have come here, I just wanted to, pursue my career in medicine. But what life has shown me, what life has given me is my journey. So when I can do it, my dear friends, you all can do it. So at the end, while ending, I just want to say, when you want to make your life on the basis of your dreams, because your dreams will never end, will never have a bad ending. So this is how I would like to end my topic. Thank you.